St. Luke chapter 4, verses 31 to 41. And came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath days. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power. And in the synagogue there was a man which had a spirit of unclean devil, and cried out with a loud voice, saying, Let us alone, what have we to do with thee? Thou Jesus of Nazareth, art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of God. And Jesus rebuked him, saying, Hold thy peace, and come out of him. And when the devil had thrown him in the midst, he came out of him, and hurt him not. And they were all amazed, and spake among themselves, saying, What a word is this? For with authority and power he commandeth the unclean spirits, and they came out. And the fame of him went out into every place of the country round about. And he arose out of the synagogue, and entered into Simon's house. And Simon's wife's mother was taken with a great fever, and they besought him for her. And he stood over her, and rebuked the fever, and it left her, and immediately she arose and ministered unto them. Now when the sun was setting, all they that had any sick with diverse diseases brought them unto him, and he laid his hands on every one of them, and healed them. And devils also came out of many, crying out and saying, Thou art Christ the Son of God. And he, rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Christ. Barkimor.
Okay. So the first part of that reading was all about Jesus and his preachings. It's spreading the word of God. And very quickly we see the demon. This is what we should understand here is the demon is not the person himself. It's something that you can liken to a parasite. So in our own lives, when we are facing challenges, when we are facing challenging people especially, try not to be spiteful, but instead look to resort to God to help them, to pray for them, and to help Jesus cast out the devil or whatever is evil within them. We need to be there for them, and not just to be spiteful, but to really spread the word. His authority and power is mentioned in his teachings. This will help overcome such evils. Another point in the passage we listened to was the demons twice proclaiming Jesus as the Son of God. Instead of Jesus allowing the demons to speak up, he silenced them very quickly. Why? He is, after all, the Son of God. Was he just being modest? Was he trying not to reveal all too much so early? No. He was teaching those around him an important lesson, that we should not trust the words that come out of liars' mouths. The other consequences of the proclamation from the demons could have been that Jesus may not have been able to preach the ministry on his own terms. With what the demons were saying being true, the people in those times believed the Messiah to be someone who was powerful, a strong leader, not one who was compassionate and selfless like Jesus. What we expect from God is not always what he will show to us. So we have to be patient. We have to keep our faith, and we have to believe. Jesus proved this to us when he came down and saved us. And most importantly, remember, not all is as it seems. The truth should be spread through how we act, and does not always have to be by what we say, but more so by what we do. In the second part, we see that Peter asking for the help of Jesus to attend to his mother-in-law. Here we see Jesus healing Peter's mother-in-law. How often do we stop and be grateful for how God has blessed us in our lives, for how he has kept those who are close to us, our family members, our friends, kept them safe through all kinds of trials and tribulations. We should especially look to our elders and make sure we are remembering them in our prayers, and most importantly, in our hearts. Just as Peter had done here, today we celebrate Mother's Day. And it's important that we remember all those who are elder to us for the love and compassion that they've showed us to raise us and to help us become who we are today. And lastly, there were many that were healed after the Sabbath. We see that the news was spread of Jesus and his miracles. In today's world, we see how social media has such a fundamental impact and the power to spread amazing trends, whether that be good or bad. And similarly, we in our lives, we need to use these resources that we have in front of us. Now more so than ever, we are so connected. And we need to do the Lord's good works. And not all good works need to be seen. The good works and gestures that goes unnoticed, that no one sees, are just as loud. Thank you.